Hey everybody, Nathaniel here with Synergy Fitness and Wellness Center, and we're going to talk about something that's very important to me, but really it's important to all of us, and that's the topic of stretching. If you're going to step into fitness, if you're going to step into wellness or wholeness, you have to understand the importance of stretching. Your musculoskeletal system, your muscles and your skeleton working together to protect your organs and create fluid movement. And it really helps when we see our whole body as one unit. You know, sometimes we can get distracted with little aches and pains and we try and focus in on that. But a lot of the times when we're experiencing, even I've had headaches or aches at the base of my skull, and I find there's actually a tight muscle in my back or somewhere in my leg, and it's pulling all the muscles in my posterior chain, and it ends up pulling the tightest right here, and that's where I feel it. So there's times when we're rushing to deal with a symptom when we could just easily relieve ourselves if we understood our muscular system and how to take care of it. So one of the ways we do that is with stretching, but we need to talk about something else first, and that is the issue of myofascial release. Now you've probably seen things like foam rollers like this. They're not very expensive. You can get one of these for about $5 at Five Below. There's also some that are more manual, whereas you put this on the ground and roll on it, and I'm going to show you a little bit of that in a moment. But there's also something called an acupressure ball. Now I use this almost every night because I sit at a desk a lot, and so it's easy for me to get certain muscles in my back that are tight because I've been hunched over a desk trying to do good posture throughout the day, sometimes sitting in cars for long periods. And so the point is, again, what I mentioned with the tightness of our muscles, if you are in the same position for a long period of time, you're like, for example, a sitting position, these muscles are not being stretched, they're being compressed and tightened for a long period. So after a while, when you stand up or when you have regular posture, you're gonna have a tendency to pull forward because these muscles are tight. The same thing with our back. There's certain areas where we sit at a desk and it's gonna cause tightness. And like I said, we're one whole unit. So you can have tightness in your hamstrings, you can have tightness in your glutes, and it's gonna end up causing lower back pain. But it's your legs that are tight, not your back. So we need to understand about listening and following our body's cues so we know how to take care of our musculoskeletal system. And that will affect our posture. It's gonna affect our gait, which is our walk or our movement pattern. It's gonna affect just about everything. And we really wanna focus in on doing this before bed, because aches and pains in our body, tight muscles, that can affect our sleep. And so one of the best things that we can do to prepare our bodies for sleep is to get loosened up. Now this is also true before, and this is the time of year, right? Everybody wants to do the New Year's resolution. We want to jump into the gym, start lifting weights, or get into running. And those are two of the worst things you can do if you have been sedentary or been in a couch potato season. Those are the last two things you want to do. First thing you want to do is make sure that your muscular system is ready to handle a load, but also you want to increase your range of motion before you start adding weight or intense things like running, which are high impact exercises. So we want to prepare our muscular system before we stretch, because you never want to stretch a cold muscle. What I mean by that is a lot of times you'll see people stretching after they work out, right? Because they just got the pump. And actually, as I've been following and learning more about stretching really in the last couple of years, one of the ones that I've been gleaning the most from is Brad Walker, who is considered the stretch coach. He's the stretch guru, and he's a triathlon athlete. And one of the things that he taught me was that there's this really ideal window after working out, which is about 2 hours after you work out. Your muscles are still warm, but you don't have a lot of pump. So it's actually not a good idea to jump right into stretching after you work out. You want to get into relieving your body, getting into a relaxed state before you do that, but you want your muscles warm, right? So that's where these come in. We have our foam roller. And I like to do this every evening, to be honest. This is part of my nightly routine. I don't use the foam roller every night, just when I need it. But you can sit on it and just use gravity and your own body's motion to just begin to roll out the tight spots in your muscles. Now, the reason this is important is because your muscles are like spaghetti noodles. And if you are busy and you start getting into things, the myofibrils, these little microscopic parts of your muscles begin to get tangled. So what I'm doing is I'm rolling these out before I stretch them, and it's got a twofold purpose. One is warming my muscle. So I haven't really done anything with my legs today, so this is good. I can go right into stretching my legs. So I'm warming them up, I'm preparing them. But the other thing is, where they've been tangled, now they're starting to get straightened again. You don't want to stretch a muscle that has a bunch of myofibrils that are all tangled up. So we want to straighten them out. We want to get them all running parallel with each other. So we're going to go with the grain of our muscle. And I like to do this, like I said, for about maybe 5, 8, 10 minutes. And then on the front side, it's a little bit easier to use this manual roller to begin to just roll out your muscles. Now, another key to preparing your muscles for stretching is make sure that you're breathing. Sometimes rolling a tight muscle does not feel so good, and our tendency with pain is to tighten up and not breathe. So we want to get to a point where we're relaxed, we're fluid, and so I'm preparing my muscles, I'm warming them up, I'm letting them know, hey, I'm about to stretch you. I'm getting blood flow and circulation into that, and I'm preparing all the myofibrils. And then there's the other issue which I talked about with is the acupressure ball. Now, if you have an especially tight spot, I normally go against a wall and I'll press in maybe my scapular thoracic region here. That tends to be a really tight area for people who sit at desks for long periods. And just go against the wall. You can sit against the wall, stand against the wall, and you'll be able to find it. When you find those spots that are tight and painful, you just lean into it and keep breathing. And after a while, you'll begin to feel the muscle slowly release. It's really fascinating. And when it does that, you'll also notice those tight areas and the pain areas and the aching areas, they begin to release as well. In fact, I have found most of my aches and pains are all because of tight muscles, which can affect your ligaments, your joints, your tendons, all of those things. So now that our muscles are warmed up, you want to do this for about 8 to 10 minutes, getting the muscles prepared. You never want to stretch a cold muscle. But then you want to focus on what are the areas of your body that are tight. Listen to your body, look at your day and your schedule and see what are the areas or what are the things that you're doing the most. And for example, sitting, again, you're going to have tightness in here. So I want to show us how to do a good stretch for our anterior chain. And then also I'm going to show you some of the stretches to cover our posterior chain as well. So let's start with our stomach, our hip flexors. This is the muscles that pull our knees up, but they're also the ones that don't get worked when you're sitting down all the time because it's in a contracted position at all times. So some of you will like this one. It doesn't take a whole lot of work, just to lay on your stomach and your pelvis. You're going to anchor yourselves with your forearms, and you're just going to breathe in and slowly just arch your back as far as you can. Now, you never want to get to a point where it's painful. If it's painful, stop. Stretching is not supposed to be painful. It might be slightly uncomfortable in certain areas of your body, especially the ones that are tight, but it should never hurt. So if you get to the point of hurt, you should go ahead and stop. Now, with stretching, you always want to remember deep breathing, which is another reason why this is great before bed. It's very relaxing. It's not only affecting the stress in your muscles and relieving some of that tension in your muscles, but that deep breathing is beginning to calm your nervous system, calm your body, and preparing it for deep sleep. Now, another benefit to doing this before bed is because your body is going to remember this lengthened state as the last thing before you go to sleep. So you're training your nervous system, you're training your muscles to remember the elongated state, and you're preparing your body for success the next day. So you're going to want to slowly push yourself back up, and this is the area you should be feeling it all the way from the top of your quads to your abdominal muscles. And you want to hold it for about 30 to 45 seconds if you're going for more elongation of your muscle. For slight relief, you could hold it for 25 to 35 seconds. But if you're going for, I want to prepare my body to have longer muscles, healthier muscles, you want to hold it for more like 45 seconds to a minute. Now, another thing that you're going to notice if you're sitting at a desk a lot is tight quadriceps. So you want to get into a state where you can hold yourself with both of your hands. One knee is forward, and again, you're going to feel this part of your body being stretched, and that's the point. These are, remember, all one unit. These are all connected. So, as you get into one knee forward, anchoring yourselves with your hands, this leg, as you can see, is one straight line all the way back. And I'm just going to press this hip down, and I'm going to feel it all the way from my abs down to my quads. Now I'm going to give my leg a moment to catch up, because you can actually feel when your muscles are beginning to slowly stretch and elongate. And after about 15-20 seconds, I'm now going to bring my heel towards my butt, towards my glute, and I'm going to get that nice stretch. Now it's pulling from my knee all the way up to my abs. So I can feel my quads being stretched. I can feel my abdominals being stretched. I can feel my hip flexors being stretched. And you want to do this again for both sides, 45 seconds to a minute. All right, now let's talk about glutes and hamstrings, and then we're going to be done, and I want you to do this yourself. Now, glutes are one of those really hard muscles to target, and unfortunately, they don't get much work, they don't get much action because they're sitting so much. So sometimes those glute muscles can pull, and if anytime they get tight, they can pull in your lower back. And a lot of people who experience lower back pain are actually experiencing just a tight glute muscle or a tight hamstring. So I'm gonna lay down in a supine position, and I'm just gonna bring one ankle over my knee, and I'm gonna brace this other leg with this hand, and I'm just gonna slowly lean my hips this way. Now, because there is some rotation that's happening in my body, you need to be very slow and very careful. And all I'm doing is I'm waiting for that moment where I feel this area right here getting a nice stretch. For some people, you may bring your foot all the way down to the ground and get a whole lot of rotation. For others, it may be you only have about a 15-degree window. Either way, you should be able to feel right here being stretched. This is actually one of my favorite stretches because it affects so much of my backside and my hamstrings and my calves. And once you do that for 45 seconds, again, same thing. You're gonna put your ankle over your knee, brace your leg with your hand, and you're gonna slowly rotate until you feel that part being stretched. Now, one of the last things I wanna say with hamstrings is there are so many ways to stretch your muscles in your body, and you gotta find what's right for you. But for me, I've noticed I've got to be able to change it up if my body is going to continue to adapt and get healthier. You can't get stuck in the same stretches over and over. You can't expect to do the same stretch for 6 months and see constant change. So one of the hamstring exercises that I think is a good one for an intermediate, as long as you have good balance, is to find the back of a couch, maybe even the back of a chair, and put a pillow on top so it protects the back side of your leg. And you're just gonna bring one leg up. Now, it's gonna be varying heights for other people. If you're just beginning, it's okay if this is all you can do. But you should be able to feel a nice long stretch. In a more intermediate setting, if you have the balance and you have the mobility and the range of motion, something a little bit higher, so you're creating a 90-degree angle. That is ideal. And again, you wanna lean into it a little bit, not to the point where it hurts though. And you wanna do that for 45 seconds to a minute. If there are any tight muscles in your body, there are so many different stretches. God has created an incredible system in our bodies, and we want to take good care of it. So if you have any ideas or any thoughts on stretches that you'd like to know more about, please comment below, and I hope you guys are going to sleep well tonight.